North Koreans said yesterday that your statement on Tuesday was nonsense. That's the word that they used. Do you have any response to that?
Well, I don't think they mean that, and I think it's the first time they've heard it like they heard it. And frankly, the people that were questioning that statement, was it too tough? Maybe it wasn't tough enough. They've been doing this to our country for a long time, for many years. And it's about time that somebody stuck up for the people of this country and for the people of other countries. So, if anything, maybe that statement wasn't tough enough.
President Trump today doubling down verbally on his statements threatening North Korea with that fire and fury. A short time after that, he vowed to get tough on the North if they took action in Guam.
Obviously, we're spending a lot of time looking at, in particular, North Korea. And we are preparing for many different alternative events at North Korea. He has disrespected our country greatly. He has said things that are horrific. And with me, he's not getting away with it. He got away with it for a long time between him and his family. He's not getting away with it. It's a whole new ballgame. And he's not going to be saying those things, and he's certainly not going to be doing those things. I read about we're in Guam by August 15th. Let's see what he does with Guam. He does something in Guam, it will be an event the likes of which nobody's seen before, what will happen in North Korea.
Well, joining us tonight, Jeremy Bash, former chief of staff at the Pentagon and CIA, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist for The Washington Post, Eugene Robinson, and we harangued Elizabeth Bumiller of The New York Times into sticking around with us for a few more minutes on a Thursday night. Welcome to you all. Jeremy, we have not had the chance to talk to you since this latest chapter in our relationship with the Korean Peninsula. Where do you put the state of play, and how far from normal is this for the behavior of the American side?
A far distance from normal, Brian. What strikes me is how out of sync the commander-in-chief appears to be with his own defense establishment, with his own Pentagon. And I look at the tweet that the president put out there about building up a nuclear arsenal. The Pentagon has not done anything to build up a nuclear arsenal. I think they're wondering what order was given and what is the president referring to. Same thing when the president tweeted the issue about the transgender ban. Again, that was a situation where the chairman of the Joint Chiefs had to step out there and say, we don't know exactly what the president's talking about. Everyone hold their place. So, too, with this issue of North Korea. The president is talking about military action, the likes of which, as you referenced earlier, the world has never seen. The commander-in-chief has not given directive to the Pentagon to set the theater, to array our troops, to put our forces in position to do anything militarily. So this is a lot of empty, dangerously empty rhetoric.
Eugene, you've been a foreign correspondent. You write a lot about the country and the world, and so you know this. DNI Clapper was on TV tonight talking about how Kim of North Korea craves recognition. Director Clapper went over there in 2014. All he brought was a letter from President Obama. He said the letter said nothing, but the North craved the receipt of that letter because it meant validation and recognition. When you talk about this guy, and you're the American president, and now for 2 days in a row you have made personal comments about him and his military might and his threats, that is the recognition he craves.
Absolutely. In a certain sense, there may be high fives in Pyongyang because this is what Kim Jong-un wants. He wants to be seen on an equal footing with the president of the most powerful nation on earth. And hey, here we are. The president of the United States is using the same rhetoric. He's talking directly to Kim. So in that sense, he would be satisfied. But the potential for a mistake here is huge. The potential for error. What happens the next time North Korea decides to test one of its missiles in any direction, and let alone in a direction vaguely towards Guam? What sort of response does the president contemplate? Jeremy is right that you know this reaction, the likes of which the world has never seen. There are no troops in place to create that reaction right now, but you have to worry about this and worry deeply about this sort of language language coming from this president.
Elizabeth, I want you to watch something with us, and we'll talk about it on the other side, but Eugene just referenced this. We talked about it earlier. This president has certain phraseology favorites, let's just say, that he tends to repeat over and over again, the likes of which we've really never seen before.
The likes of which nobody has seen ever in this country. The likes of which there has never been. Things that you have never seen. You've never, ever, ever, ever seen. The likes of which. The likes of which. The likes of which. The world has never seen before. The likes of which. The likes of which. The likes of which. The world has never seen before. Actually, the world has never seen before. There is nothing to compete. There's never been anything like this. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. Fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before. The likes of which we have never had. Things will happen to them like they never thought possible. It will be an event the likes of which nobody's seen before, what will happen in North Korea.
So we're having a little fun there, but this is germane in that his need for superlatives and hyperbole at the end of a statement has now put us in a policy realm, the likes of which we've never seen before.
Well, that was quite amazing to watch that. I think, let's not forget that the president is a showman, and that's what I thought when I was watching that, and that's what we've seen the last couple of days. Also, I'd love to go back and know what the subjects were that he was talking about. What were the topics when he was saying the likes of which? I'm wondering if it was health care. It was all the things he promised that haven't actually happened. All those campaign promises about the wall, health care, immigration, and so forth. So I think that his language is very frightening. We just don't know at this point whether it is there's something behind it, whether it's meant to scare the Chinese, to have them pressure North Korea, whether it's going to be followed up. And Jeremy is right. He knows more than the rest of us what it takes to engage in military action against North Korea. You would have to get 250,000 American civilians out of the Korean Peninsula. You would have to there'd have to be more ground troops, have to be ships in the region. None of that is going on right now. We all watched the build-up to the war in Iraq. That took 6 months, and we saw that coming. This feels very different.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.